Hello YouTube. Got the coal forge sparked up again. I guess I could have filmed lighting it, but here it is burning. Got some coal in here. All I did was ball up a wad of newspaper, get it in there, surround it with some good coal, and I got a fire in a matter of 2 minutes or less. And pretty soon we'll have a piece of steel in it. So working on some tongs today. This is a pair of my quick tongs that I mentioned on the previous video. My wife ordered these for me for Christmas. They come in, the pattern is cut out on a laser or a plasma cutter or something, and then he sends you instructions. I'll put a link for this in the comment section, but I think we ordered them from eBay, called Quick Tongs. He also has a series called Rapid Tongs, and I think their only thing that distinguishes the two is one of them is a little bit smaller tong. But this came flat, and I had to twist the nib and then put a rivet in. Comes with the rivets, and then draw out the reins a little bit. I probably could draw these out a little bit longer, but this is just flat nib tongs. This is a pair that's just hasn't been messed with yet. You can see this would it needs to be finished out, and then this is pretty rectangular. One of the issues I'm seeing is that you really got to get these reins good and hot and square them off really good before you start trying to round anything. It's actually a little bit rectangular. It's wider this way than it is this way, and if you just start trying to round these off, it has a tendency to roll the edges a little bit, so you got to get it good and hot and square them off really good before you start trying to go to an octagon and then a round. These are some slotted jaw tongs that I'm working on. You can see here this is still flat, and it would need to be heated up and twisted and then forged out. Curl this end down. I'm trying to get these slotted jaw tongs ironed out today. I wanted to mention that I live in an area where it's not easy to find coal. Very southern end of Louisiana, so there's not a lot of coal around here to be had. So I actually ordered my coal from South Carolina, from the coal farm, and I'll put a link to their Facebook page at the bottom too. Harry Hollis is a really cool guy to work with. His customer service is excellent, and I really appreciate him. He sends 30-pound boxes in priority mail. You can order, by increments of 30, I guess. Last order I placed was for 60 pounds, and I think it was like 52 bucks. So I don't know how that price compares to where you guys are, but it's good coal, burns good, and I really like the customer service. So just a quick shout out. All right, let's see what's happening with this fire and this steel. So I got that rein repaired and drawn out. I'm still short about a ½ inch from the other one. But I'll get that other ½ inch as I round this square off and finish off this rein, and then we'll start working on the jaws. I'll start to bring this into an octagon shape. Just beginning to take these corners off. See, I bent this rein. I need to get some heat in this area, and because of the size of my fire pot, it's hard for me to get that heat right there if I kept this piece 14 inches long. So I just put a little bend in it, heat it up, work what I need to work, straighten it back. So you can see I was able to get that heat right where I wanted it. It's right in that bend. So now I'll be able to work that working out the end of this slotted jaw. I'm going to draw this tip out a little bit, thin it out some, and then curl it over a little bit so that if you're working a piece that's fitted in the slot, it has a place to clear the end of the jaw or nib. So all in all, I guess if you didn't make the same mistakes I made, this would be a pretty quick process. I just had to twist this 90 degrees. I tried to repair that little crack that I got. So that's kind of what you want the end of that jaw or nib to look like, where the slot has clearance from the end to hold a piece in that slot. So here's the second half of the tong that I just twisted, and it's not cracked. I'm going to try to forge out the twist a little bit, make it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, and then again draw out that end and curl it under or over, whichever. So here's my tongs. I had to clean this one up a little bit where I had to make that weld to repair this crack. So I cleaned it up a little bit with the grinder. Was afraid hammering on it again, I was going to crack it again. So it's not perfect, but it's going to work for a pair of tongs. I drilled my holes on a drill press. I haven't yet punched a hole in steel as a blacksmith. I don't even have the tools to do it. I'll have to make a punch and a drift at some point. But anyway, there's the two halves of the tong. Try to make them as identical as possible, and then put them together. So there we go. Got the rivet in there. I'll heat this up and rivet them together, and then fine tune my jaws here to make sure they're aligned properly, and then get the reins aligned how I want them. Like I said, I'm no pro. I just make videos because I want to kind of share with people and let people know that it's okay to try new things, and you're probably capable of more than you know you're capable of. And you only get one time around, so enjoy yourself and try something new. A little tight right now. Work them a little bit. Got some tongs. Heat it up again and get these jaws aligned the way I want them. They're a little bit twisted off to the side, and then you can see my reins need some adjusting here as well. I hope you can see that. Anyway, not too bad, but just a few little tweaks here and there, and we'll grab a piece of stock and see how it works out.